So I've just arrived in Beirut, Lebanon last night, had a few hours sleep, and I'm down here in Zaitunay Bay, which is a beautiful area, not too far from the downtown section of Beirut, where there's a lot of quite salubrious yachts, most of which are probably owned by a lot of these kind of oligarchs that run the government here. But just thought I'd capture quickly some of the beautiful backdrop here, which is probably not what a lot of people think about when they have the picture of Lebanon or Beirut, Lebanon in mind, but beautiful spot.
The important thing, if you were walking around in Beirut, was not to be in the line of fire from the Holiday Inn.
So I'm just here at quite an iconic spot in Beirut, Lebanon. So if you can see in the background there, that hotel, which is completely missile and bullet ridden, is the Holiday Inn. Now that was famously built in 1971 to 1974 and was fully operational for just 1 year before the Lebanese Civil War, which we know ran from 1975 to 1989 or 1990. Now this became a hotspot in the battle in the Civil War for about a year, and then 10 years later it also became another hotspot again. And we've got some beautiful luxury hotels here just next door, and that kind of iconic building, if you like, which is covered with missile launcher holes through it and just riddled and derelict, has been left here ever since. I believe there's a dispute from a Kuwaiti company and some local property developers about what to do with it, but obviously been there for decades since the Civil War, and quite iconic in terms of showing that long-lasting devastation of what that civil conflict would have looked like. Quite incredible. So just wanted to show these beautiful French-looking buildings here in the downtown Beirut area. Now, a couple of things. You may be able to see a common theme in Beirut, Lebanon, is there are these just beautiful structures that are often just partially finished. Half the city's still kind of being renovated. But we know, in terms of the history of Lebanon, it was given to the French, like Syria was, after the Ottomans were defeated in World War I. And as part of that, there's a very big French element, culture to both the architecture, and about 20% of the population still speak French, and actually is a primary dialect. So a lot of really beautiful traditional French architecture here, as well as some newer style, more modern French-looking buildings that Rafik Hariri, who was a prime minister, he was sadly assassinated, but after the Civil War rebuilt the downtown area and funded that with beautiful new French architecture. I just wanted to capture what I think is a really special scene in the back here. So you've got in the middle of downtown Beirut, which is just an absolutely salubrious and beautiful place, some Roman ruins. So you can just really get an appreciation for the culture and the history in this amazing country. So we can see here in the downtown area, unfortunately, a lot of the stores here are closed, and again that's just a sign of essentially what is a Great Depression of the Lebanese people. So very sad to see in this beautiful downtown area. We're just near the Parliament building down there, that it is now much of a ghost town, and as I said, a lot of the shops here are just not in existence anymore.